Hello there, everybody, and welcome into the studio where I officially get to meet the new head coach of the Norwood Mustang football team, Manny Lopes. Manny, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So I want to start off by kind of just getting to know Manny the person as opposed to Manny the coach later. So can you just kind of shed some light on your background and where you come from?
So I'm born and raised here in Norwood, graduated 2002, still live here. Married to my wife, Laura Lopes, formerly Laura Ross. She graduated in 2004. We have two kids. Daughter Callie will be 3 in September, and my son Trip, it's actually Manny the third. He'll be 1 in next month.
Yeah. And you talked about, obviously, a graduate of the class of 2002. So those early years, for people that are close to the football program, those are really great years. It's a Super Bowl year in 2000. So can you kind of just talk about what it was like to play on that team?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It was, Coach Lamb was obviously our coach, and he kind of bred us into the whole family football, family, you know. I remember playing Pop Warner with the same exact kids that I grew up and played high school football with. And we did a lot of the same stuff, and we became very close and friends forever. And the one thing that I owe a lot to football is the kids that I grew up with and the kids that I played with back then are still my best friends right now. And I think that's kind of gone away in the past. And I think the big thing about Norwood as a community and as a whole is just that tight-knit family. So I think Coach Lamb bred that into us. And you could see that just the winning culture. He started it at the youth level, and by the time we made it all the way up through, I mean, we were just a great team.
So was there ever back in the early years when you graduated high school, was there ever a thought in the back of your mind like, hey, I might want to come back, or hey, I might want to get into the coaching profession one day?
I think so. Coach Calvinese was our defensive coordinator when I was in high school, and he kind of gave me free reign quite a bit on the field to do my own thing and kind of call some of my own plays based on his game plan. And he had ingrained in me pretty early that I'd be a pretty good coach. So when I played, obviously I didn't really think about it as I was playing. But the year I graduated college, I had an extra semester left of school, and I jumped right in. And I coached at UMass Dartmouth for a year. Then I went with another coach from there over to New Bedford Voc and started coaching right away, and I've been doing it since I graduated.
So fast forward to 2019, you get the call that you're officially now the head coach in the Mustangs. So just walk me through that feeling.
I was actually, we had a quick interview here before they told me last Friday, and it's something when I had left Norwood to go to UMass Dartmouth, played my last 4 years, and then coached, I always wanted to make my way back. One way or the other, I always wanted to come back and take over this program. Obviously, the years in New Bedford, it was a little farther away from home than I would like to be. Finally got the chance to come back, 5 years here, and when it opened, I was nervous, thrilled, excited. And then when they finally, I honestly couldn't even explain to you the feeling. When they told me in this office, I almost started crying. I was so excited.
And so now that you officially have the job, we get to kind of get into what the football aspects of what your job is. So kind of just tell me if you can, what your expectations are of the team. You kind of come in a unique spot because this is their first year into the Tri-Valley League. I mean, there is, for lack of a better word, there's been some struggling years, a couple losing seasons. So can you tell me what your expectations are kind of moving into next fall?
So I think, and part of what I had said before is starting at the youth level. I think we need to get a better grasp of working with that program. The youth level will never be able to do everything that we do just because of the age difference. But terminology, certain things that the kids learn then and start to bring up. And I'm actually lucky because the crop of kids that we have now, and some of which obviously I've been here 5 years, so I know some of the older kids, but the younger kids that are coming up are great football players, great athletes. The biggest thing is keeping them involved in the sport. In the past, we've had, some decent freshman teams, and then you drop off and a couple of kids don't come back out their sophomore, junior year. We have to keep them involved throughout the 4 years that they're here at Norwood High. I said my short-term goal is to win right now. I think the kids that are here, and a lot of the athletes that we had a meeting on Monday, a lot of the kids that haven't played in the past that are going to come back out, hopefully, put us in a position to win in the Tri-Valley right now. Tri-Valley is a great league. There's some really good football teams in there, but I think we can compete with them right away.
So step one, you get the coaching gig, and you and I kind of talked before we went on air, the logistics, because getting to know people, getting to know the community a little better. What's the first step for you and the team as a whole to kind of get the season off on the right foot?
So the big thing, I always say it starts in the weight room. So we had our meeting on Monday of last week, kind of explain to the kids what our expectations are. You know, when I got named the position right away, we have Walpole September 6th. And I couldn't be more excited to open up against Walpole. So we start in the weight room right now. Now I know, you know, kids are playing their spring sports, and I love a 3-sport athlete. I don't want to take anything away from the sports that are going on right now, but if you're not in it, you need to be in the weight room. So we're starting our weightlifting program, getting kids involved now, getting them going. So right when school gets out, what is it, June 21st, whenever you guys get out, that's when football starts right away. So we need to get the weight room going now. I need to get in touch with a lot of the kids that maybe weren't in the meeting that are on the fence on if they want to play or not. I'd love for them to come down to the weight room, come talk to me for a few minutes, get them pushed in the right direction to let's get this going. We got Walpole September 6th, so we're rolling.
And you mentioned it, you know, there are always the football kids that are totally all in, and there are the kids that just want nothing to do with it. So how do you kind of motivate that middle third group that, like you said, might be on the fence to really kind of get after it?
Well, the big thing is you really got to respect who you're playing for and who you're playing with, right? And I said it before, the family thing. Come sit with me and talk to some of the other coaches in there. You'll get it that we're here for the right reason. We want this program back to what it was because we know we can get it there. You know, a lot of kids need football more than football needs them, and I think it's really a fun time. I always got told in college, you know, there's that line, that concentration line when you walk out to practice. You know, sometimes things aren't going great at home, things aren't going great in real life. The football field's the only time where you can block that out for 2 hours and be with your friends and have fun and just kind of forget about the outside world, because when practice is over, you got to go right back to it. And it works for coaches and players the same, right? You know, if I'm having a tough day at work, I get to go to practice and forget about all that for 2 hours. Then I got to go back to real life after. But I think just getting the kids to feel comfortable, come out and talk to us. We're having fun up there. You know, the staff will be young, energetic staff that we're really going to get after it, and we're going to push it, and we're going to work. But it's going to be a fun time too.
Absolutely, very well said. And this is kind of the first look interview here. So, is there anything that you want to tell the community or some of the players that they might not know about you already or want to get the message out?
Like I said, just anybody that's on the fence, anybody that's thinking about playing, not quite sure, played in the past, aren't 100% sure of where the program is going, and if they want, come talk to me. Come spend 15 minutes. I'll be in the weight room. Poke your head in and say, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? We'll walk over to the office and we'll talk to the other kids. I think, you know, most of the kids that are here and coming back, or even some of the kids that are graduating, will say that I'm a pretty decent guy. I'm pretty honest. I think, come talk to me and we'll sit down and we'll hash it out.
Well, Manny, congratulations on getting the job. Welcome back into the Mustang family, and we
Thank
look
you.
forward to you next fall.
I appreciate it. Thank you.